Hello, everyone. Glad you've joined me today. I was going to talk about soulmates today when a message came through from my spirit guides when I was meditating this morning, which I thought was more important to share. So I'm going to read what was said to me, and then I will discuss it afterwards. Bear in mind, I'm not part of a Christian religion. Although I was brought up in that religion, I am more of a spiritual person now. But bear in mind that with that, when you were listening to what is said, okay. Let us talk about the horsemen in the streets. Okay, I answered okay out loud. Let us pray for the people who are being destroyed by this man of ungodly wishes. Open your heart to the wisdom of the world's winds that blow. The winds that are blowing are creating enough chaos to remove this man from office very soon. Once the hurricanes hit, you will see a major uprising that he is unable to fight against. The soldiers, the horsemen will turn around and plunge their swords into the man himself. Once this occurs, he will divulge himself of all power, for he will no longer survive standing up. There will never again be a man like him to turn the world's mind away from poverty and war. Now, this continues talking about other people that are involved in this experiment that those men of power are doing, but I won't deal with that today. Okay, so the last statement refers to the fact that, as I see it, and I think a lot of very spiritual people see this as what is going on in the world is a major shift. And what is happening in the United States is the catalyst for very, very big changes around the idea of poverty and the use of war against other countries and other people. And so we are using this, or the guides, or the universe, or whoever you want to, are using this as a way, maybe using is the wrong word. It is affecting the way people in the world are behaving. Okay. More about that later. So the idea of the horsemen in the streets was quite a surprise to me as that dropped into my head. I thought, wow, that's about from Revelations. And I have never read Revelations before, even though as a young person, a teenager, I did go to church and I read parts of the Bible, but that's not part of my life right now. Um, but I think it's interesting as an analogy to what is happening. And the idea of the hurricanes really dropped into my head because I'm of the president has cut down on the National Weather Service. Now, I read also that they are rehiring because they realize they don't have enough people. But who knows? If a hurricane hit, next week, will they have been notified enough? Will the people be feeling like they are being supported through this as they have in the past? And the anger that's going to rise up, that's what they're referring to, against the government that is not supplying assistance and support for all of these disasters that are happening, natural disasters that are happening in the world. This is basically they're saying that this will be enough to turn the tides. So that's the message for today. It is a bit of a message of hope. Not that we are going through painful period, very painful. And also, I did want to mention that I was told in another meditation a couple weeks ago, I actually started listening to it again, that this is our time to get into our own power. The pressure from outside to create fear and anxiety and rage within us is a call for us all to find our own inner strength and power and to use this time to do that, to not buckle under fear and allow the outside, the politicians, to guide us. We are in a time of extreme change in the world. This is a catalyst for us to take charge of our own lives, take charge of ourselves and our own power. So there, I'm going to leave you with that message because that's what I'm doing. And all of us spiritual people, the people that are trying to elevate their vibration, we are all being called to be our own guidance system. Okay, thanks for showing up. Hope you will come again. I will probably be bringing you more messages from my guides, and we can talk about them a little bit more. At some point, I will talk about how I met them and what I am here to do with them. Today was one of those days. Okay, thanks. Bye. Leslie Corte.